Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and
Hi.
please welcome Annie Bear to the show. Hi, Annie Bear.
Hello. Hi, Jean. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad I remembered to show up today. I'm so sorry for the snafu last time. Been looking forward to this. Very.
Everything happens for a reason. I believe that wholeheartedly. I like to remind myself of this and go with the flow. It's
Yeah.
really important to notice, and it has happened to me more times than not,
Yeah.
that everything happens for a reason. And, you know, I, there's just I can't explain some of the things that have happened to me recently. It seems to be
Yeah.
more and more that when we choose or when we go with the flow and allow things to roll along, with to a certain degree, but when we allow things to just flow, it really does benefit us. We get
Oh, yeah.
things
Oh,
come back
definitely.
tenfold,
Yeah.
and
I
it
agree.
it's really
But it's a
magical.
wild ride sometimes. I think December is a very busy month for all of us. Yeah.
I know. And you are doing the meditation with uh, Terry Renner in the mornings. Oh my gosh, that's so early.
Yes, yes, there's a 2 hour time difference between her and I. So I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 7 a.m. Pacific. And it's a really beautiful and wonderful a way to begin the day. But I'm
Yeah,
older and I tend to go to bed early and I tend to wake up early, but I need a couple hours before I'm functional.
I know, right?
But yeah, and I like to go out in the dark when it's still dark and say my morning prayers
Oh,
and my intentions for the day. Even if it's raining, I'll be out there barefoot with my dog Rosie, saying good
oh, that's
prayers.
beautiful. Well, you have your dog there as an alarm for you.
She's near me now. It's like when I'm doing a show, she's like, "Oh, excuse me, you forgot me. I need to be in the room." I'm like, "Okay."
That's funny. So we have Jill Sinanan. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill. I haven't seen Jill for quite a while. I used to see her a lot in Allie's
Oh,
chat.
okay. So she wants to
Yeah.
make a suggestion. Maybe time for new subscribers should be minutes so that they can join the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's a good suggestion.
Thank you.
I have a lot of yeah, but thank you. And Teresa Ford is here and Leona
Teresa.
is here and
Yay.
everybody, thank you all for coming.
Thank
And
you.
if you're on if you haven't gone over and subscribed to Annie Bear's channel, that I
Thank
have
you.
her links below, and that is
Thank you.
her YouTube name is Annie Bear 7F. What does the 7F stand for?
Oh, what a good question. Seven feathers.
Oh,
Seven
a-
feathers.
and when
Yes.
did you get that name?
I got that name in my 30s. Before that, my name was Little Running Deer. And in our native tradition, you will get, perhaps if you're fortunate, you will get different names as you grow older, as you go through life. So,
And
Seven
where,
Feathers was the name that I received in my 30s. And so, Annie Bear, Seven Feathers, is my name now as an old woman. And I
wow.
named my channel Standing in Light with Annie Bear, Seven Feathers.
And
Um,
how did you come up with the standing in the light part?
it was really interesting. I had a bit of a stalker here in my neighborhood, and that was an abrupt thing. Uh, it just happened, and so steps were taken, and all is well. But it behooved me to make that very, very clear that I stand in light and I work in the light. So I thought, well, let's just change that, make that perfectly clear for anyone interested. So yeah,
Wow,
thank you for
beautiful.
asking. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask because I found this,
That's so
and I
beautiful.
have many images that I use for my thumbnails.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I was wanting to get something a little more with, a nod to
Earthy.
yes,
Yeah.
shamanic or earthly or,
Yeah.
and I was going through my images and I found this
I
and
love
I thought, "Oh, that is really pretty."
it. It is
I think
beautiful.
that really reflects the vibration and energy that I feel about you, and it
Oh,
would
I
be a
love
good
that.
representation. So I popped it up there,
I
and
love it.
then I went and I did the title, and
Hmm.
I said, "Welcome, standing in the light with," and I went, "Oh my gosh, she's standing in the light." Honest to God, I'm like
Oh,
Annie Bear, and I'm thinking of you, and
uh,
I went in there and put "Standing in the Light" in the title, and it
oh,
absolutely shocked me, rocked my world. I
oh,
It was overwhelming with the
oh,
confirmation. Everything happens
oh,
for a reason. Go with the
true.
flow. I'm telling you, this was just a beautiful image and a
Yeah.
organic image about with the earth. And I felt that do a lot of meditations in nature. And
Mhm.
this is what I was picking up. And I honestly, I did not see
Wow.
you standing. I did not see that part of your name
Oh,
and equate it to
oh,
the photo. I,
oh, I
I'm telling
understand now.
you,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. A message I have gotten very strongly is that I stand with earth to feel my worth. Stand with earth, stay close to earth, excuse me. Stay close with earth to feel your worth.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And, I love sunshine, so anything that has a
Sure. Yeah.
sunburst,
Yeah.
is something that I'm always very interested in, and the
Yeah.
divine feminine, and this is just
I
standing in
love it.
reverence and showing honor and
Yeah.
respect to, nature, and I just thought, "Oh, that really makes me feel like Annie," and I was thinking
Oh.
Annie Bear," and, I know that that's your channel name, but it didn't dawn on me until I popped I was and then
Wow.
Carolyn
Oh.
from,
Oh.
I
Oh,
don't know,
Carolyn. Yeah.
Carolyn Cooper, she changed her name recently, and, she said, uh
Loving life. Carolyn loving life.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, she's now loving life, and
Yeah.
she was like, "I really like that image really goes with." I said, "I know, I'll have to tell you guys this story."
Yeah. I'm glad you did. That's
It
amazing.
blew my I was
Wow.
like, it just I
Oh,
was
I love
it was
that.
it's like a blessing and a confirmation and a validation and,
Oh,
um, just a warm,
yeah.
connection that
I love that when that happens.
isn't it? And
It's amazing.
really important to pay attention to it. It's
It
really important to
is.
show gratitude towards these
Yeah.
things that are just so, go with the flow and these things that are synchronistic and these things that sort of bless us. It's really
Mhm.
important to notice them, to write them down, to remind people and tell other people about them. It's really the way of the future. It's happening more and more. And we were just saying about when we missed each other um, at the last show,
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, everything happens for a reason. I always, whenever
that's
something's
true.
scheduled, honestly, I have another story, but I'm saving it for another show
Okay.
of when I
I
had to
encourage
cancel
everyone
something.
to,
I
yeah.
have, yep, yep, and really, really, truly trust yourself. If you need to cancel something, you need to reschedule something. If you want to, decide to go somewhere and then at the last minute decide not to, honor what you feel. We're being directed and guided with such a
Mhm.
loving, divine
Yeah,
hands and
yeah,
divine energy. It's just so beautiful.
it is. And I like to talk with I have a cascara tree. And
You have a what?
a cascara tree. It's a
Oh,
beautiful,
okay.
beautiful tree. And I say prayers at this tree twice a day. And before I do shows or do meditations, I go there and say, please help me do a good job. Please help me do a good job. And then I'll go back and say, well, I think that went pretty well, you know, or however it went, and go back and give follow up to the elementals that are around you because um, I may be foolish, but I've never felt afraid of them. And this is just for entertainment purposes only, but I've never been afraid of them. I trust them in nature and the signs of nature and the birds that show up, and I pay attention to that. And I ask them, if this is in a good way, will someone please fly over and see who takes pity on me today? Because, in the old, there was a time when people, like in the 90s or the aughts, I guess you would say, bragged a lot about their medicines and, oh, I'm this medicine, and oh, I think my power animal is such and such. But the way that we see it in our tradition is that they're all here to help us. They're all from the stars, same as us. And we're mixed, star DNA and earth DNA. And they're here to help us. So I think sometimes it's been like, okay, who will take pity on her today? She needs help again. And so a hummingbird might come, or a crow might come, or a squirrel, or a woodpecker, to try and teach lessons or to give confirmations or to say, be alert, pay attention. So the more time you can spend outside and befriend the earth around you, befriend the trees around you, remark to them, oh, you're so beautiful today. And maybe try to think of each day as I read this in a book, this portion, I read this in a book. It was, see each morning as a young maiden.
Mm.
And there she is. And you say, oh, what a beautiful day. You don't say, oh, it's raining again. You say, oh, what a beautiful day. I guess I'm going to need my raincoat today.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's beauty everywhere. And once you start looking for it, you will find it. And eventually you'll find it in yourself and
Mm-hmm.
other people and in situations, even when they look wonky at first. There's beauty. There's always beauty to be
Absolutely.
found. Yeah.
And that reminds me of a message that came through from the spirit guides. Somebody in the chat asked about, she was sitting in her living room, and she said this chipmunk or squirrel came out of nowhere and started climbing on the screen of the sliding
Oh,
glass
yeah.
door. And
Mhm.
she said, it was on there and it was running around. And she said, and then it stopped and looked right at me. And she said, that chipmunk or squirrel, I can't remember what it was,
Yeah.
looked right at her. And she said, I could tell that it was trying to tell me something. What was it trying to tell me? And so I checked with my spirit guides, and they told me it was a mirror. It was a mirror for you. And she goes, a mirror? And I'm like, okay, thank you. And who's next? And so then she says, Jean, what do you mean by mirror? How could that squirrel be a mirror? And I said, because when you saw that squirrel look at you in your eyes, you saw the squirrel's spirit, soul. And the squirrel saw your soul. It was a mirror that your soul, it was your soul that saw the soul of that squirrel. It was the soul squirrel. It was the squirrel's soul that saw your soul. And it was a soul to soul connection. And it was, it's, it is only that they are a reflection. It's they're here awakening this soul aspect of ourselves, this eternity aspect, this high vibrational aspect of ourselves. When we go into nature and we commune with nature and trees and high vibrational sentient beings of the elemental world,
Oh, yes, absolutely. They're the underpinnings. They are the ones that balance it. They protect and balance. And
it,
sometimes squirrels will come and say, why are you busy? Why is your mind so busy? Be in
oh,
the moment. Be here now. Yeah. They help me to remember to be in the now, because they
absolutely.
stay in the now. I don't know how they do it, but they stay in the now. They don't let their minds take up all their space, and eat up all their energy. It's
It's a
amazing.
really that's a really good lesson, a really
Yeah.
good lesson, and a beautiful
Oh.
thing to hear from them,
Hmm.
and it's not it's an energetic, frequency of communication. It's
Yeah.
not that we can hear them say it. It's like, that's what I feel they're saying. That's
Yeah.
what I that's and that's the energy that I'm getting from what when I'm looking at them, that's what they want are trying to say to us. It's just so beautiful.
Sometimes that's fun is I like to animals think in pictures. So
Mhm.
sometimes you can't, yeah, also buy more nuts. Yes, exactly. But I love how they think in pictures. So if you think pictures at animals, at your domesticated and wildlife animals, they will often look at you like, what? Like if you, oh, I wish I could hold you. Be like, oh, you what? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because they actually play. All animals they all play. Even when they get old, they still play.
It is. It is
Yeah.
funny. We had some cherry tomatoes over the
Mhm.
summer in a root basket or in a basket instead of in the ground. And so we took after they were all done and gone, we went over and we dumped it out into one corner of the yard. And my husband said he was going to break it open and like,
Yeah.
flatten it out. And
Yeah.
he said, "Nah, I'll leave it for the squirrels. They love digging." So
Yeah. They do. Yes,
but we
they
love
do.
watching them every morning. They're in there digging,
Yeah.
getting another piece of the root.
Yeah. And hiding. I have to put bar or chicken wire around my pots because
Yeah.
I call it gardening with squirrels. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we put netting. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
They just
yeah,
stay away. They
yeah.
stay away. Hi, Kim Princess and Coffee Dog. So nice to see you.
Oh,
And Donna Marie is here. Nice to see you. Shooting
hi.
Star is here. Michelle Krantz. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Hello. Hi.
Very nice to see you. So, Annie Bear, you have been in our community for many years and you decided to begin your own channel. And what was the process for that? How did you begin starting your own channel?
Um, I would credit most of the nudging with Terry Renner at
Okay.
Holding Your Space. Terry at Holding Your Space was nudging and nudging me. It's time. You have things to say. Please share. Please share. And so my channel has been up for um, around 2 years, but I went about it very slowly and I observed others and how they did things. And because I didn't know, and I kind of wanted to observe for a while. And I shared a little bit, and then I got scared and I withdrew, and then I came back out. It wasn't until Terry nudging me to say, would you consider doing some morning meditation? And I said, well, I don't have the training that you have. There's no way. I can't feel your shoes. There's no way. And she's like, I don't want you to. I want you to be you.
Yeah.
And she
Hmm.
goes, you just need to just be yourself. And I'm
Hmm.
like, okay. And
Hmm.
it's turned out I'm really enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's such a loving community that we have.
Hmm.
And it's supportive and I really appreciate that. And that's where I like to put my energy.
Hmm. And you work with Kelly from Cali Healer.
Yes, Kelly at Cali Healer. She's a wonderful soul sister. That's where I got this cup actually. That's a present from her. But
Oh,
I admire her so deeply. She is
she's
such
wonderful. Her and I remember. I know that you were in the chat the last time. We do healing with crystals, and you never know what you're going to get, you guys. I'm telling you, it's with when I'm with Kelly and we're talking about crystals. My energy just goes up and up.
oh, that
We have
last
so
show.
much fun.
You guys blew the roof off. That last show you did was phenomenal. I was taking notes, and I know I wasn't the only one taking notes. And let me show you a new one I got.
Oh,
Dalmatian, Dalmatian
wow,
Jasper. They're
that's
not
beautiful.
they're not very expensive, and here's the really fun part. They encourage playfulness,
Oh,
and we need more of that.
sure,
We really need more of that curiosity.
that's really
We need
beautiful.
that because that can
That's.
get us unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
When the energies get kind of heavy and intense, it
Mm-hmm.
can help us.
And were you able to pick that actual one, or did you just buy one and that's the one that came in?
Ordered 5 from, I can't remember the name of the shop, but it was on Etsy.
Mm,
And I wanted to get some for gifts.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
That's
you were
beautiful.
able to, it's really nice because this particular shop, they hold out a hand and they go, if you want this size, or this size. So you get a really good idea of what you're getting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes they just sell random, and then sometimes they say the one you see is the one you're getting.
Exactly. And you have to just like go use discernment and go through each one if you want a specific one, because I've done that too. and look for the ones that are just holding up a singular piece. And I like to do that for certain pieces. Yeah. Do you too?
Um, I have gotten I have a little bit of everything. I have been
Yeah.
drawn towards, I have fallen in love with, I have just gotten like
Yeah.
a healing pack or sleep better pack or calm your nerves pack and then I fall in love with certain ones. So it's and then there's ones where I seek out, like I read about them, I learn about them, and then I seek that one out and I look
Yeah.
for a beautiful specimen. I'm
Yes.
in love with rose quartz and smoky quartz, and I love the clarity and the generators. I don't
Mhm.
have everything right here, but I just I, it's a little bit easier for me to display,
Mhm.
this style of a
Yeah.
generator.
The
But
towers. Yeah.
yeah,
Those are
I just
lovely.
I
I
really.
love rose quartz. I think I look up specific things like when Kelly and I are doing archangel shows. During the research, we will do research on what crystals can we share with our audience,
Mhm.
with our viewers. If you want to connect with this particular archangel, what would be a good stone to go along with that? And so there have been a lot of stones. Like I have one, here's a Quasera that I learned of the name of this stone by doing archangel research.
Hmm.
And this one encourages connection. There's a
Oh,
softness
that's
in it.
beautiful. That
And
is really beautiful.
this one is ARF. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a truth stone. So it's
Oh.
I really like using these two together when you want to
Mhm.
face a truth, even if it's an uncomfortable one. I
Mhm.
really and this one was a gift from Kelly to
Oh.
help me with my throat chakra, to help me speak, to help me get over
Oh.
being nervous.
There's a spirit in that one. Did you see the spirit?
Isn't it lovely?
Did you see the spirit in that? Did you see
Well,
him?
I think everyone sees something different. I don't know which part you're referring to. I see an eye in this one very clearly. Whoops, I'm sorry. I see an eye right here.
Uh, I saw it. Wait, turn it around. There it is. I see him right now. So
Right
any,
here?
yep,
Yep,
yeah.
that
Do
one
you
right
see it?
there.
It
Where
looks
he's
like a.
holding.
It looks, well, the little two eyes and a mouth.
Yep, right here. And it
Yep.
looks like he's holding up light and he might even have a wing. Isn't
Oh,
that amazing?
it
And
is.
what's I was telling people I've had pieces that I sleep with,
Mm-hmm.
lepidolite.
Oh,
And
that's beautiful.
and the more time you spend with them, the more rainbows come out. So there's a sheen that you'll see as you turn them. And I
Mm-hmm.
sleep with rose quartz,
Mm-hmm.
and I sleep with a stone from the Puget Sound because I'm on the West Coast. So
Oh.
this one tastes like salt when you first get it.
Well,
but I really like that for grounding. For
yes.
grounding and rose quartz, if I could only have one kind of stone, it would be rose quartz. There's
So very
always
gentle and soothing. Yeah.
and
So
loving.
I just want to
Yeah.
say a quick hello to
Oh
Mangled
yeah.
Unicorn. She's swooshing
Jack.
through. And see,
Oh yeah.
now I know everybody says swooshing through. I love that. And Dora Romero is here, and Akila B
Hi.
is here. Hi, Akila.
Yay. Hi,
Thanks for
Akila.
coming. So
Hey
nice to
there,
see you.
everyone.
Cindy and Encinitas is here.
Oh,
Helen Wheels is here. Hi, Helen Wheels. Nice
nice.
to see you.
That's a great
Uh,
name.
Judy, yep, that's what it says. Helen
I
Wheels.
like it. I like
She
it.
just
Oh,
got
cool.
herself a green opal.
I didn't
Beautiful.
even know there was such a thing as a
Mhm.
green opal. That's
And
amazing.
Judy Campbell is here,
Hi,
and
Judy.
a weed Mark is here.
Okay.
So nice to see you. Oh,
Thank
she
you.
says, "My name is Amanda." Oh,
Hi.
thank you for
Hi.
letting us know. And just visiting just arrived.
Oh, cool. Hi, just visiting.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's lovely. So, how do you talk about your relationship with the elementals? Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your spirit guides. Is this something that you've new to you as in the last decade, or is this something that you grew up with?
I didn't grow up with it. I grew up in a very different kind of, with a lot of different people in many
Oh,
different homes and settings. But when I began my spiritual journey in my 20s, um, the deal was I kind of got thrown in the deep end and I learned on my feet. And the very first time I would talk to my spirit guides, I've always talked to Creator. I still do. I talk to Creator and I say, Creator, I just don't know. I don't know about this. And after that particular experience, I really got tight with Creator. And I said, Creator, I'm not sure that I trust people so much, but I will trust you. And this will just be a long conversation we're going to have. Would you please send me animals so that I will know?
oh,
And the first animal was a bear, and I was standing inside of a bear. And it was really way bigger than me. And this was in a moment of my life when I was confronting someone saying, what you are doing is wrong. And I break our connection. You cannot be my teacher anymore. And that was the first time. Just previous to that moment, I had eaten a feather and I had read Lynn Andrews' books, Barbara Marciniak, Barbara Handclough, Carlos Castaneda, um, many, many books I had read to find my people, my tribes. And since I wasn't raised on the reservation, I went to my dad and said, I want to be a good medicine woman. I just want to be a good medicine woman for my people. Who do I get trained from? Who do I learn from? And so I went to someone he recommended, and he was innocent and did not know that this man was bad. So,
oh,
so I trained with this man for about a year before I confronted him and said, no more, no more,
right,
break this,
right.
break this. And during that time, I saw bears, I saw spirit animals that other people didn't see, but I saw them. So I would say, oh, look, a bear. And nobody else would see the bear. Oh, look, a bat. And no one else saw the bat. So it was a series of things that made me aware that, oh, other people aren't seeing the same things I'm seeing. Or if I'm looking at someone's face and seeing their medicine, and other people weren't seeing that. And I don't always see it. So I would, oh, okay. So it was really a matter of trial and error
Mm-hmm,
and before I was becoming aware of that. And
mm-hmm,
I used to have a spirit that would say my name, but it always scared me. So I
mm.
asked it, could you please not scare me anymore? You need to talk softer to me or find a different way because you scare me. So I think Creator has sent me a lot of soft energy through animals because that's what I was comfortable with.
So I also I hear somebody calling my name and it is startling, you guys. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not, and I talk to your people all the time. I know how to connect with spirit guides and loved ones on the other side, but I'm in control at that time. It's when I'm vulnerable and half asleep and just waking up and I hear somebody calling my name and it is startling.
It is.
So,
It's like, ah, what?
it's not that
What?
it I don't ever feel like I'm in danger, but it's unsettling because it's not what expected, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
mhm,
But you
and
can
can
you
just
can talk with them. You can negotiate with them. Yeah, exactly. You're like, what? But you can say, you're frightening me or you're startling me. Can you talk a little softer? And many times they come to me in dreams. Oh, yes. Yeah, it is. Exactly, Kim. And Kim, by the way, was on a great show last night. Please put in
oh,
the comments, Kim, the name of that channel, because I swooshed through and checked it out. It was awesome. She did a spectacular job. You're going to want her on your channel. She's wonderful. Yes. A lot of times it's that in between time. And I've had a lot of very important dreams and they'll come to me in dream, especially when I was younger. Um, because then I wasn't afraid. There's a curiosity, and spirit will try, mentally, emotionally, physically, they'll try many, many things. So when you say, teams, I prefer to be contacted through animals and dreams, please. I am open to more communication. I want a closer relationship with my guardian angel, for instance. I believe that my ancestors are cheering me on just like they are everyone and want us to succeed. I am open to communication. And then you'll start finding I get a lot of feathers, a lot of dimes, a lot of pennies, a lot of songs, a lot of songs. My dad, for instance, when my dad's around, he sends me this song. Do you remember the theme song from Sanford and Sons?
Yes.
He sends me that song. Thank you. The Stream of Consciousness. She was on that show. It's great. It was
Oh, I'll
great.
have to check it out. Kim, you didn't tell
Yes.
me. Good for you.
Yeah, you rocked it,
Wow.
girl. You rocked it. But yeah, I get a lot of songs and dreams. And sometimes, if you ever have a dream that's a little bit startling, and it takes practice, but you can say, why are you here? And stand your ground. Why are you here? And most often, almost 100% of the time, whatever it is in your dream is saying, "Oh, I'm trying to bring you love. I'm trying to bring you a gift. I'm trying to help you." So most of the time, it's not scary at all. But you do have to you have to take up your space.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Yep.
who you are.
Yes. Authenticity, sitting in the seat of your own soul with contentment. So Judy says, what does it mean? I've heard my name many times too. So
Yeah.
what I've gathered when I checked with my spirit guides as to what this means is they're they want to know if we're open and aware and on raising our frequency. So they're like, yep, Gene can hear us. Let's move on to the next one. Because there's going to be this open communication. There's going to be direction. Heard of people driving, and then it's right before somebody drove ran a red light, they heard the word stop, so they stopped. But they can contact us if we're open and we can hear it. And then maybe they've never heard anything after that, but they want to check how awake and aware and open and our frequency, because all of us were changing frequency. It's not right or wrong,
Oh
good or
yeah.
bad.
Oh
It's
yeah.
There's no comparison. It has to do with how much you're aware, open, and awake, and that you can hear if they are sending you the right frequency. They're like, turn it up. She didn't hear us that time. I can just see them. It's so matter of fact. But they reduce the emotional charge and the fear, because they're telling me that it's just a process. It's just a little. It's just frequency that they're trying
Checking
to figure
in.
out.
And they'll keep doing that. And there's like seven, we move in and out of dimensions all the time. I don't, we are fluid. And the more fluid we are, the more we can hear. So we might get goosebumps or chills. And none of this needs to be frightening. It's just when we move in and out of dimensions, we have different senses. The clairs are that's why we have clairs, because only a tiny bit of us actually fits in the physical body.
Mm.
And so I think we have, for entertainment purposes only, I think we have clairs in these senses to let us know as we move through the dimensions. Because I know I used to drive a lot, and in this one space, I would go blank and drive for 40 minutes, and I'd all of a sudden become aware of my surroundings again as I reached my destination. And a lot of times that was spirit communing with me because I was relaxed and
Yep.
I was taking a break. And so there would be a lot of communication going on. And I asked an elder just by having a conversation, like, I don't know, must have been 12 years later. It was a long time. We were just chatting. And I mentioned, oh, yeah, I'm always, I just wake up and all of a sudden I'm there. And they said that's where the elk herds used to go
Oh,
before
wow.
before this was peopled. Um, that used to be where the elk would run. So of course you would do it there. So the land remembers things that we don't know. So that's why the connection with earth is so very important, because as we resonate and relax, we become more and more aware. And I really believe that first contact is possible, and it will come through awareness. When I first started feeling angelic energies at the edges of my consciousness, it wasn't scary at all. It was soft and beautiful. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm related to them. We're all related to them because our energy bodies are so much bigger than these little tiny ones. We tend to think this is all we are. And while we're in Earth School, it's really important that we are in these beautiful gifts called our bodies. But when we're not in Earth School, we spiral all the way up to Creator, and we can do that at any time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just while we're on Earth, we need to stay grounded because it's like the more grounded you are, the higher you can reach. The more grounded you are, the more you can move through dimensions and start becoming, oh wow, oh I do have clairs. I do have these soft knowings because that's how they usually are soft knowings. They're not hit you over the head,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So the more you get used to that, it will help. It will really help.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps the planet. You know, it doesn't just help us, it helps the planet because the planet's like, oh, you're awake. Awesome. You know, because like, have you ever heard that thing? Like to dolphins, we seem asleep because we're only using a tiny bit of our brains. So
Mm.
the earth gets really excited when they sense that we're awake and they
Mm-hmm.
start wanting to interact with us more. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really pretty beautiful. It's a beautiful system.
I love the way you said the edges of your consciousness because I had somebody's loved ones come through and they said that that's where they were. I said they're like right here watching you. They're
Yeah.
standing right here. And I didn't say the edge of your consciousness, but when you said that, I'm like, "Oh, that's what they meant. The edge of your consciousness.
Yeah.
They're always right there." And
Mhm.
our consciousness is much larger and much more powerful than we can imagine, and it is not only contained inside of our body, it's the clairs, but our
Yeah.
consciousness is so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
um I've told this before, but I was at a gas station getting gas, and you know how they have those little mini marts, and there
Yeah.
was a group of
Yeah.
ladies standing right outside of the mini mart. They were like eating ice cream or something, and I was pumping gas, and my awareness, you know how you're just dead tired. I think I just drove for 3 hours or
Oh,
something, and I was
geez. Yeah.
almost home, and I had to get gas, and so I was, just mindless, and I could feel like somebody was contacting me in
Oh,
my awareness, and I thought, oh, who is this,
yeah.
and I'm looking around and I saw those ladies. I was drawn to them, and I'm like, they're just having ice cream. And then I went back to pumping my gas, and then I looked up again, and here they were standing in front of, there was this boy or young man who was in a wheelchair, who was like a quadriplegic, or what is it? Um, I can't, cerebral palsy,
Okay.
So it's one of those that he was head to toe in a wheelchair, and they were taking care of him and walking with him, and it was his awareness. He felt my awareness and came out here and met me out
Oh,
here, and I was like, could that be that young man in that wheelchair connecting to my awareness, because he has a limited physical ability, but his awareness, his consciousness was so big and
yeah.
so alive and
What a
connected.
teacher.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
What a teacher. Can you imagine choosing that for your life path? I'm going to do this and I'm going to teach so many people. Yeah. What a, oh, humble, wise souls. Oh my goodness, what that must have felt like.
And I was puzzled and not sure
Yeah.
in the moment, and then in hindsight I'm like, that's why that was. But all of these things are lessons for us, for me to learn, so that I can teach, so that I can grow, so that not and to look at this in a soul's aspect, in an energetic aspect. And I just love all of your passion, AnnieBear, and
Oh,
your
thank you.
expertise and your experience and what you bring to the community, and how
Thank you.
excited you are, all of the support that you lend to everyone. I don't, are you part of the Dream Show?
I watched the Dream Show. And
Okay.
with every week, that's one of, oh, I love that show. Oh, there she is, beautiful Kelly. We were
Hi,
just talking
Kelly.
about the Dream Show and you. Yeah,
Yep.
that I love that
Mhm.
show.
Yep, Kelly, we were talking about how exciting it was when you and I were chatting together,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's really it's. I think our spirits play together because I just get on such a giddy level when Kelly and I
That
are
last
together.
show, you guys really did blow the riff off.
We
You guys,
can't get
that
enough. We can't get a word in edgewise. We have so much to talk about,
that's
and
fun. That's
and,
no, when you're having fun, that's a good sign,
and
you
every
know?
time she tells me a story, I'm like, me too.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I
Hmm.
love this community because a lot of us are women who are older and we've experienced so many things. And there's a great deal of camaraderie and compassion and humor. And I really appreciate that.
It is. It's really important. It's
Yeah.
really it's meant so much to me to become part of this community
Oh,
and have
me too.
all of us together. And I know that I'm, preaching to the choir that every single solitary one of you are very gifted and aware and have uh, abilities and experiences yourself, or else you wouldn't be here. And
No,
it's so amazing to find each the people in the chat, they come on and they start their own channels. And it's like, wow, I know that every single one of us, it's just such a beautiful group. It's
it
such a beautiful
is.
group that we're able
And
to
it's
support one
got its
another.
moments because most of us have spent a large part of our lives being quiet or other people telling us to be quiet or society at large encouraging us to be quiet. So as the feminine energy rises in each of us and we claim our power and we call back our energies and and we watch each other bloom. It's really neat because now it's like, you don't have to be quiet anymore. Please share, please share. And that's so different from the message that most of us have heard our whole lives. So it makes it really fun. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
it the support, I mean, it's not
yeah.
easy coming out here and being on display and sharing what we know and trusting that we're not going to be laughed at. And we know that you guys are not going to laugh at us, but just your support helps us just that little bit more because some of this is a little bit out there. When we say we talk to trees and we talk to animals and it's not
Yeah.
easily it's just not easy.
But
So
the
we
right people
appreciate.
find us. That's what Terry said, the right people. And that's when I made my Oracle deck. I thought, there are some people who have spent 3 years creating their tarot decks, and I admire them. Bravo, well done, well done. But mine came through very quickly within a couple of weeks. Hey, a goatee man. Our online community is really special. I've met quite a few YouTubers at various events. Oh, lucky you, over the years, and it only gets better with knowing them and meeting fellow tribe mates. Oh, I love that. I agree. But I was
Mhm.
saying, as I made my oracle deck, it came through very quickly over a span of a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And over 70 paintings came through. And I think I thought the right people will find them. The people I want to share these with the world. And I'd never done anything like that. I've got 200 poems in the Library of Congress.
Oh,
And
wow.
there was a time, where I thought that was difficult, but I did it. So I'm like, okay, this people do this all the time. I can figure this out. And it took me a while, but it felt really good. It took me about 7 months, but it felt really good to share that with the world. And it's like, do the things right now I'm working on children's stories. I
Mm.
want to write children's stories, and guides have encouraged me to write children's stories. So I'm working on that. But anyone listening, if you're getting nudges to like, I wish I could draw, I want to draw, I'd really like to tell a story, please do it. Because just think of it like this is how I found my courage. Because I thought, when I get to the end of my walk and I'm home with Creator, and we're reviewing my life, I do not want to say I almost did it. I
Yep.
almost did the stuff I said I was going to do. I want to come home and say, I did it, I did it. And I want everyone else to be able to do that too. Be your
Abs-
own beautiful kind of weird. Because if, puzzle pieces are supposed to look weird. So, and we're
yeah.
doing this together as a soul group. So please be your authentic selves.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Our beautiful uniqueness,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, our
Exactly.
unique expressions of our own souls. So, just let me know, what are some of your favorite tools? Do you use the pendulum at all, or
Yes,
do
I
you?
do. I do. And you can use it. Like, here's one I have that's turquoise. And I've started to kind of play around with this because I didn't want to influence it. So I've started like putting my hands together when I ask questions so that I'm not moving it. You can use anything though. I like crystals. I enjoy them as tools. I like them mainly. I started getting interested in them for protection when I was
Mm,
quite young. And I had pieces like I wore a piece of malachite for a year on my
mm,
belly around my solar plexus with a silk scarf to protect my female belt of power.
mm-hmm,
And there came a day many years ago when a young woman needed that piece. So I
mm,
gifted and gifted that forward. So I looked at crystals mainly as protections and ways to communicate with nature. I have three pieces here that this is lepidolite, this is serpentine, and
mm,
this is garden quartz. And they've gotten to know me, and I've gotten to know them. And they like these three like to be together when I'm here online. These like to be here to protect me. Tourmaline. I love
mm-hmm.
obsidian. Merkaba. Merkaba is really important to me because our energy can move in a Merkaba. We're
Mm-hmm.
learning on this 3D level, we learn about duality. We learn about that to create. We learn about that for balance. Um, but our energy bodies can travel. And if we do
Yes.
so within a shield, within a Merkaba, so we picture our
Mm-hmm.
energy running in all these directions simultaneously, and we say, I am responsible for my energy and I am calling it back.
Mm-hmm.
So every memory that gets triggered perhaps, and you say, thank you for bringing that to my attention, you bring that part home to your heart. As you heal, you become more of your energy becomes available to you. So if you say, I am here on earth and I stand for Mother Gaia and I stand in love and I work in light, doesn't mean you're denying anything else. It just means that's where you want your energy to go. So I
Mm-hmm.
forgot the question. I'm sorry. I'm
That's all
so
right.
sorry.
Well,
I'm
I was
just
I was talking
sorry.
about tools, and
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that it's important for us to know that each and every morning is a new opportunity to begin again, to start where you are, to not to carry any of the failures or any of the mistakes or any of the tragedies or accidents that happened in your past to dictate your current now or your future, because it's really, really absolutely possible for us to make a change by our
Oh
choice.
yeah.
The choice is where
Yeah.
our power is. You know how they say we have free will and they won't
Yeah.
interfere with our free will? Well,
Yeah.
that's because we have choice of free will.
Yeah.
Our choice is where our power is. All we have to do is start choosing what we want, choosing what we say,
Yeah.
choosing what we allow, how we allow others to treat us. It's
Yeah.
our choice. That's where our power is. And nobody ever wants to, not nobody, but it's not always explained to us how powerful of an individual of in humanity our our choice is each and every day. And to overcome and to work through some of our the things that sort of plague us and hang around and
Well,
remind
we're
us of
we're
the
way
things
showers. We're
from the
here to
past.
break. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're here to break patterns. We're here to bring
absolutely.
we bring things to the light. And we say, no, that ends with me. That pattern stops now. Or that dysfunction stops now.
It absolutely
So
does.
yeah,
And
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 I think so many women of our generation specifically are here to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And and it's important that it doesn't always have to happen overnight, but each day
Right.
if you choose, I'm not going to allow whatever happened to me to define me now or in the future. And each morning when you get up and you say that, you start to really it really is our choice. It's our own power. It will start getting better and better with what you want to create, and you'll find yourself going further and further from what you want to not not have in your energy anymore. And it's each day, and it
Yeah.
does it because we have egos and because we're in this human container. It does take time, and it does take consistency, but it is absolutely possible. And
It is.
you
Oh,
can
yeah.
find such magical and signs and synchronicities and joy. These are the emotions and the frequencies in which we want to focus on and move towards. And that's, I think, why so many people here in this community all have this passion, this
Yeah.
desire for joy, this desire for upliftment, and to raise our energy. It's just so beautiful.
It is. I encourage everyone to check out a book. I read it, I applied it spiritually. It helps me enormously. It's called No Bad Parts by Richard
Oh,
Schwartz. I love this book. He does he does a type of counseling. Now I went to counseling for 18 years. I wish everyone in the world could go to counseling because it's so helpful. Um, but there's what's it called? Internal family systems.
mm,
So there are no bad parts. And when we say we call our energy back, I was walking today and I was talking with Creator and I was asking to call, I was just stating actually that I call my energy back from all walks. I'm responsible for all my energy, so I want all my energy back so that I can grow more, so that I can experience more, so I can enjoy more clairs. And it's
mhm.
possible.
And
It is possible.
And when you say you want your energy back, the energy that we spend on that memory of the tragedy or of the trauma is part of our energy. And
Yes.
when we say we want our energy back, it means we're
Yeah.
not going to loan our energy to that what
No.
we don't want to remember, or that we don't want to be taking our energy anymore. We want to
Yeah.
learn that lesson and accept it for what it was, and
Yeah.
grow and move forward with you, with that energy
With that
back with
energy.
you, and not
Yes.
allowing that to be stealing from your energy each and every day. That's a really good point. That's a really good way of looking at it, that there's no bad, what was it,
No, no bad parts.
no bad parts.
Because I'm
Yep.
not going to abandon that aspect of myself. I'm going to bring that aspect home to my heart. That energy belongs to me, and it's so this is a wild ride, this school, this school of Earth. It's a wild ride. I think we're very remarkable souls, all of us who've chosen to be here together,
Mhm.
especially
tell,
now.
Tell me a little bit about your art. I know that you were touching on it a little bit about your deck, and I
Oh,
just wanted to know, you didn't start art when you started your deck. What I see art behind you. How has that become part of your life?
well, this art, the one on the very top, that was a gift from my son. He just turned
Oh,
40 last month, and he drew that for me a number of years ago. When I turned 61, I think it was 60 or 61, I told my family I would like to paint now. And so I would like paint presents for my birthday, please. And they gave me wonderful, beautiful presents of paper and canvas. I started with acrylic and then I went into watercolor and I just love it. I absolutely love it. And the energy just pours through. Like after Robin Williams died, this is it sounds I'm sorry to come out of left field, but Robin Williams came to me one time, and he said, "Comedy is a Claire."
mm,
And I don't know why that wanted to be said, but okay. But I think painting is a clair. I kind of think it's a clair because
Mhm.
when I'm painting, a lot of energy moves through, and I've always been one who has written poetry since I was a kid. But I think that might be a clair as well.
Mhm.
My so
I think creativity
yeah,
itself is healing because
yeah,
in order to be creative, we have to connect to our spiritual aspect. And when we're creative and we allow our creativity to flow, we're allowing that spiritual soul vibration to flow through us. And that itself is healing and allows us to
yeah,
remember who we are and to be more in touch with our own frequency and energy of our own soul. And this
yeah,
is what the healing part is because when we have, let's say, you know, we're hurt by somebody and we're sad, then that emotion is sort of in front. And then when we start to be creative, this comes forward and takes over and reminds us of how powerful, how magical, how creative, how spiritual, and who we truly are. And it helps to calm and to balance that sadness. And it's not so overwhelming. And it helps us to come back to center and to remember this frequency and vibration. And this is why we always say, be creative in any way that you can. In
yeah,
with
yeah.
food, if you
It
love
builds a
cooking,
bridge. Yeah,
if you
it
love
builds a
cooking, if
bridge.
you love decorating, if you love, whatever it is that if you are creative in song, if you're creative in drumming, if you're creative in music, whatever the creativity, whatever the method is that you want to be creative, that is the closest to our own soul's vibration that we can be. And the more unique and individual that we can be in our creativity, the better, because that's who we are. We're unique and individuals, souls. It's just so beautiful. That
Yeah,
is, I love when you
yeah.
said that, that how healing it is. I think that's
Oh,
really
yeah.
important
I think it must
to
be how our guides can talk to us softly when we get in that zone. And the more we do that, we build a bridge and it
Mhm.
gets easier and easier.
Cindy said she had to learn
Wow.
not to make herself responsible for everyone else's feelings. That
Oh,
is so
good
big.
for you.
That, so many of us empaths, we just take it on. We accept it. We're like, "Oh, that person is doing the wrong thing," and we take their guilt, their shame on because of what they did, uh, just
So
voluntarily.
glad you learned that.
Yeah.
Oh, some of these sentences, like some of the cards in this deck, I'll see if I can find one really quickly. Because after I created it, I told my husband, I said, this only took 63 years for me to learn. And so sometimes, lessons can take quite a long time. And we keep learning them in different ways. I'm trying to find the card.
Oh,
This
for
one,
sure.
this
Mhm.
one. This is card 38. And it's as above, so below.
Aw.
When in balance, speak. It took me 63 years to learn, to be able to for that energy to move through me. So yeah,
That is really
yeah,
beautiful.
we're most of us are in a really, really rich time in our lives when we've had a number of experiences. And as we change perspective, like the way one goes around a medicine wheel, like the way the year changes into different seasons, when we get attuned to moving with the seasons, moving with the medicine wheel, living with earth and the spirits who reside here, it helps us understand ourselves better. It's really, really special. But this has been so fun talking with you today. Thank you.
Judith,
There-
Bay
Yeah,
Judith A. Albee,
yeah,
says 38 equals 11, which is a very
yeah.
powerful card. Oh my
You're
gosh.
right. Flow.
That is,
You're right.
can you imagine? I'm telling you, you
Sarah.
guys, you guys are very,
Hi.
very, very beautiful
I
individuals and very
know.
far advanced for sure. Hibiscus Healing is here. Hi,
Yeah.
Sarah. Nice to see you.
Oh,
And Silky Steel, thank you for coming and
oh,
congratulations on your membership. Thanks for coming.
oh,
I do
yes.
empathic healing and I had to learn how to protect myself. Otherwise, I take on way too much and I have made myself sick. My body is inflamed. Yep. You have to be really careful. And, you know, we can get away with it maybe once or twice. And then we sort of think, well, I didn't. No, we have to. No,
Yeah.
no, we we have. It's
It
heal
has
the
to be a
healer.
daily practice if you're a
We
healer.
have to.
You have to do daily practice if you're a healer. And that protection and that grounding. Thank you, Kelly. And there's
Yep.
this video to that lady that just had the message up. There's this video I saw. It's really good on YouTube. You can look one up on. It was how to clear your meridians. And it's phenomenal. There's a number of them on YouTube
Cool.
that might be
Yeah.
helpful to you so you don't get inflamed.
So you did a deck review with Kelly last night. Is that right?
Yesterday, yes, yesterday we did. Terry and Kelly and I, but then Terry got called away on a family emergency at the last second. But
Okay.
all is well. But yeah, yeah, we did.
So, and that was on Kelly's channel and your channel?
I don't think I simulcast, but the
Okay.
information for my card deck and the 3-page printout that it comes with and
Wow.
supporting video, these are the links for each of these are on my channel on the about me, and it's also like the first video. I made it highlighted so it would
Yeah.
show
Yeah,
so
I
that
did. I
people could
linked that
find it.
show,
Yeah,
the original one that you did the introduction on your deck.
yeah,
Yeah, I linked that show, but then you just did a show last night I don't have linked with
yeah.
Callie Hiller. So,
Oh, thank you.
I haven't even gone over there to see that one yet. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Well, we
Oh,
just did
thanks.
it, but all the links are available there um, for the deck, the printout, and the walkthrough, so that you can know what was coming to me as I painted them.
And Judith says, I'd like to zip up my central meridian to keep my energy integrity.
Oh,
Wow.
good for you, Judith. Good for you. We learn these things, and it's amazing. Oh, you watched it already. Oh, bless your heart. And as far as tools, I also I'm just starting to get familiar with dowsing rods.
Oh,
And they're
I have to get a
fun.
second pair. I have a pair,
Yeah,
and I have tried to. And you know me, this pendulum of mine is my
yeah,
right arm here, but
yeah,
the dowsing rods, I get them to move. They
yeah.
move, but I can't get them to move back. And
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, clear, clear, go
yeah.
back to center, and they just stay. Whatever
Just
they
keep
do, like
saying no,
they'll
huh?
ask, they'll answer one question,
Interesting.
and they'll just stay there. So I don't know what
What's
I'm
up with
doing wrong,
that? Well,
but
I took mine out to the fire yesterday. I had some wood fire, and then I burnt a lot of fir and cedar. So it was very purifying. And I thought it must have been spirit because I thought, you know what? I think my dowsing rods would like to come out to the fire.
really,
So I took them out to the fire, and they're copper. So
yes,
maybe try that. Maybe
I
they need
do.
an infusion of an energy.
I'm
You know?
gonna have to clear them and
Yeah.
surround, crystals with them and do a ritual with them. If they don't work, I'll have to get another pair. Mine are quite long, and
Yeah, mine are too.
I went to Linda Butterfly Healings. She did a
Uh-huh.
little retreat over the summer, and so we were comparing some of our, dowsing rods and pendulums and
Yeah.
crystals and stuff. And hers, she let me try hers, which but hers have a little bit of a little ball at the end, and they were
Oh.
shorter, and I could get them to work.
Oh, maybe that's it then, because mine are long. I
Yeah,
mean, when
mine
I
are
first
long.
started using them, I hit myself in the head a lot. You know, I had to remember to put my arms out. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
oh
that
my
maybe
gosh.
you should get. Christmas is coming up, my dear.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna see if I can't get them back to my energy and correct them. But if I can't get them corrected, I'll have to get a second pair. Well, I would love to know if Annie, if you would come back. I haven't even gotten through one quarter of my questions for you, and I knew that we would have so much to talk about, and I
Oh,
would love
so
to have you
fun.
back and just have a little bit of a high vibrational spiritual chat. That's all I
That'd
want to
be
do.
awesome. I would love that. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today.
Aquila was with me.
He was like wham, wham, wham. I think they like fire because it's they might like fire. Try dousing rods around a fire or a candle.
Yep, Kim had a problem connecting with dowsing rods, and they hit her in the
Oh,
face too.
oh,
Yep,
okay,
yep.
yeah,
Aquila
yeah.
was with me when we went to Linda's. Yep.
Oh,
Uh-huh. My dowsing rods came with a message board and quartz crystal pendulum. Very
oh my
nice. Wow.
goodness, that's
That's a whole
fancy.
package. I know. I
Yeah,
know.
yours is fancy.
Well, thank you all for coming, and
Yeah,
thank you,
thank
Annie
you.
Bear, for being here and sharing
Oh,
all of your wisdom and all of your
thank you.
experience. I really love chatting with you, and congratulations on your new deck.
Oh,
And
thank
please
you.
do, I'd love to have you come back again soon.
I love that. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
everyone. Bye
Bye
for
bye,
now.
everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.